Maybe movie.
Good welcome from our cozy hole.
No, we talked about this. You don't do that anymore. We promised.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Maybe Movies. My name is Max.
Oh, and my name is Sam.
And we are gathered in front of the cold, dark hole that is the fireplace.
What is it about dark holes that you have an issue with?
It's been a while.
Just as long as we don't penetrate them, it will be fine.
Where we are gathered to be, as we always have been, your one-stop shop for movie character wife swap.
Oh, yes, indeed.
It is a mashup month, so we will be taking two of the best of the 70s, and not just the 70s, two of the best of 1972, in Kolchak The Nightstalker, as he has a new case, that of the vampire more deadlier than Dracula, Blacula.
You see how we did there? You see?
But before we come on to all of that good stuff, we have just one small piece of business, and that would be the poll.
Oh, the poll.
So if you were with us last month, you'll know that we were looking at Dog Soldiers and Hot Fuzz, which became Hot Soldiers and Dog Fuzz. We ran the vote in all of our usual places, on the community tab, on Instagram, and also on Twitter X as well. And from that, it wasn't too bad. We had 6 votes in total.
Oh, right. Okay.
And it was very one-sided.
Was it now?
It was. So including our 2 votes, which were both for Dog Fuzz, it was 7-1.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, by kind of a landslide. Dog Fuzz is our maybe movie for September 2025.
Yay, we win.
Thank you to everyone who voted, and of course it will be here with a fanfare. If you are interested, then this month, once you've seen what we've created here today, you can vote, but as it's a mashup, it'll be whether or not what we've created is a maybe movie or not. But I'll talk a bit more about that at the end. But also, most importantly...
Oh, if you like what we're doing here, then please like, share, subscribe. Please comment. Tell us what you think. We want to know. We're very curious people.
And nosy.
Oh, yeah, that too.
After we'd done Hot Soldiers and... while I was editing the episode and looking back on... yeah.
It took a moment.
I'm just going to power through. When I went back and looked at it again when I was editing it, looking at what we did there, I was like, actually, I think I should have voted for that one. Because I think there was a lot more innovation in what we did in Hot Soldiers compared to Dog Fuzz.
I say you'd have an argument. I'm not going to say I'm agreeing with you, but I can see your argument. It could be a discussion down the line.
Yes, but doesn't matter, because if I had done that, I'd have been on the losing side.
Yes, you would have.
Well, in Kolchak's 74 minutes, and Blacula's about an hour and 33.
Yes.
So similar kind of length.
Yeah, they're both tidy, nippy little films. Kolchak significantly more so, which I think we can take advantage of. Mm-hmm. How do we do this? How do we situate this? Is it just Kolchak investigating the case of Blacula? Or do we have the characters that are investigating Blacula on the police force and so on involved as well?
I think...
Personally, I could see there being some interesting scenes when Kolchak's in the police station haranguing people about not paying attention to him and stuff like that. It's not...
Tastes like blood.
I was going to say, it's not David's blood, is it?
Well, I don't know. It might go with those worms that I had earlier.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to know what he's talking about, folks. Let's move on.
Yes. It's all right. He had the maggots. Right. Because there's 2 different ways that we can do it. Mm-hmm. We could do it for Kolchak that is after the film. After being kicked out of Vegas, he goes to LA and then gets hold of that. But that feels too contrived.
A little bit. I mean, I'm not totally opposed to the idea. It's a possibility. It's just a bit of a weak one.
It is. Still, I think it works better him if he already has foreknowledge. Then I think we're doing him a disservice. But the question is again in terms of setting. Where are we setting this? Again, they're quite close. Vegas, LA, so we can do either or. If we do it in LA, then do we then move the supporting cast from Kolchak over? Because we wouldn't want to lose Vincenzo and people like that.
I think whatever we do, wherever we situate it, we have to do something like that.
Yeah. From what you were saying a minute ago, yeah, I'm all for keeping some of the guys from Blacula in there, like Dr. Thomas, what's it? I can't remember his name. The police inspector.
I had it memorised earlier and it slipped my brain. Sergeant something. No, Lieutenant something.
Peters,
yes, there we go.
There we go. Lieutenant Peters. So people like that, I think we should keep them. The thing we have to take into account with that, though, is the amount of trouble that Kolchak has with the police trying to get him to butt out. Whereas, like Lieutenant Peters, he takes a bit of convincing, but he's kind of on board with it pretty quickly.
See, I don't know. I mean, personally, I was seeing like a parallel investigation. Like Kolchak's investigating and Thomas is investigating. But they don't know each other. And it's not until somewhere in our Act 2 that they're actually going to get together and realise they're all investigating the same case.
Thing. Yes, see, I like that. I do like that. Yeah, because I must admit, when I was watching it, I can see...
Because he only had like one... Like, the way Kolchak seemed to operate was like, he had a guy at the hospital, he had a guy at the police station. Like, he has one guy. And like, Dr. Thomas isn't the main guy.
No, exactly.
You know?
So it's feasible that he could go on and do his investigation without ever crossing paths with him.
That's what I'm thinking, personally.
Yeah. And I suppose there's no reason why initially Peters can't fulfil that role because there's that bloody Kolchak again. Get out. No, we'll speak to the press when we're ready. So we can still be dismissive of him in the same way that
we could even have them in the same room together, like when Thomas is going in to talk to Peters, he's in the process of kicking Kolchak out and stuff like that.
That works. Okay. So we're going to say that we're going to set it in LA?
That feels like the more target-rich environment.
That makes sense. And we can just shovel, again, Vincenzo, the newspaper and everything over there. That's not a problem at all. In terms of acts, very quickly, just so we know roughly where we are.
Oh, God, right. Okay, well. Blacula, for me, the first act ended with the handbag scene.
A handbag?
When he goes to the club. When he takes
her handbag and he crawls back into his coffin with her purse.
Yep, that's the one. Yep, cool.
Where does the third act begin?
I had it after Juanita comes back from the dead, when the cabbie comes back from the dead.
Oh, yes. Yes, because that's when he convinces Peters that something's happening. Yeah, because that's kind of the lead up to the ending, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, that is where it comes from. Even though it's a double blind, that's the beginning of the end.
For Kolchak, I had... the end of Act 1 being, or the last scene in Act 1 is, I put it down as Blood Thief, when Skorzny he gets caught nicking from the blood bank, and it's the first time we actually see him in action. And then I had, stupidly, completely different to how I normally do things, I had the start of Act 2 when Kolchak goes to his house and finds the girl there. Because that is quite an extended sequence when he gets to the house. Because there's the stuff when he goes in, he's exploring, then he finds her, tries to rescue her, and then Skorzny returns.
Of course, yeah.
And then it builds up to the climax from there.
Yeah, it does. It's one big extended sequence, isn't it, really? Yeah, no, I agree completely, yeah.
Cool. So I think that's about it for pre-production. We can launch into Act 1 of not Kolchak, it's Blacula The Nightstalker.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
It couldn't really be anything else, could it? Unless you've got a better title.
The only other one that springs to mind, and it's completely inane, would be Kolchak, Blacula. But it doesn't work.
No. I still think we keep the stuff with Dracula in 1780.
We need that.
Yes. So I think we get that. We get the credits. I'd like to see that lovely opening credit scene from Blacula with all the animation and stuff. I can't remember the guy's name because I was watching another film that he'd done the opening credits for the other day as part of my Halloween watch. What was it? The Dunwich Horror from 1970.
Oh, right. Okay.
With Dean Stockwell.
Never seen that one.
It's not bad. But yeah, the same guy did the title sequence for that.
All right.
But we can do that, but then obviously we just throw bits of Kolchak in there as well in the title sequence.
Yeah.
I still want to keep some of the monologues from Kolchak. But I think we lose the opening one with him, like his opening monologue about this is the case.
Yeah.
Because that means that we know that he survives. the chances are he's going to.
And then try to tell yourself, wherever you may be, it couldn't happen here.
But let's leave ourselves a bit of mystery here.
Absolutely. And because he is not the main character anymore.
No.
He is one of the main characters in what is essentially an ensemble. Giving him a little less screen time, a little less focus, works because it balances the character interactions and it doesn't leave you with a false impression of who the hero is.
Exactly. I mean, I would have still liked to have, after the opening credits, the first sort of thing that we hear from him is him doing his little voiceover thing about the two guys being murdered in the warehouse.
Yes.
I can't remember their names. I did write some of them down. Here we go. It's Bobby McCoy and Billy Schaefer.
Right, okay.
Are the two guys. So it can be, I don't know, Bobby McCoy and Billy Schaefer just got back from a buying trip abroad. While inspecting their latest haul at the Andrews warehouse, little did they know that it would be the last buying trip they would ever go on.
Yeah.
And then we do that over the top of that sequence of them being attacked by Blacula, but we never actually see him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you say, keep the mystery up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, the other thing I suppose we should have really considered as well, because we know the people that get killed in Blacula, but are we going to allow the victims from the Nightstalker to be viable victims in this as well?
There were a number of white victims in Blacula that just never got focused on, so I feel like it works.
And there is a club in this, so we can key into the like the showgirl aspect of it as well. I know it's more relevant to Vegas, but there's no reason why we can't say they were all showgirls at the club.
In California, yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, I'm going to take them for that. Sorry.
No, that's good, It weaves it together.
Ooh, fantastic. Okay.
Watch out for the sour apple, man. They will
Oh, they...
overload your saliva glands, I'll tell you that.
Okay. I'm going to start with one of these.
Sorry, folks, that's not what I should be talking about, but I had to say something.
So it sounds like, at least to get us going, we're going to use the through line from Blacula and then we'll diverge from there as we need to.
Yeah, I think so. Because that's the thing. In Kolchak, the vampire story is there, but it's all in exposition.
What'd he do, throw her?
Whereas we've got an active antagonist. He's not just a villain, he's an antagonist. And he has a character. And we need to be able to show that and to have that the parallel stories running together, I think.
Absolutely. Apparently, somebody was telling me the other day, first thing with regards to Kolchak, originally they wanted Robert Quarry, who played Count Yorga,
Oh, right.
to play Janos Skorsny.
Okay.
He was under contract elsewhere and he couldn't do it.
Okay.
My friend Rob was telling me that there were talks to do a shared universe, and they were going to do Blacula versus Dr. Phibes.
That's an interesting notion, folks.
But there were also talks as well about, because they never did a third Count Yorga film, but they were talking about doing a Count Yorga film with him fighting against voodoo.
Now, when we get back to London, I'm going to make a whole routine around that voodoo number.
All right.
And there was a suggestion that they might actually do Yorga versus Blacula.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
But again, unfortunately, never came to pass.
No. The things that might have been. But it shows you how far back the idea of a shared universe goes. I mean, never minding the original Universal ones, but,
And who knows? I mean, considering that there is voodoo in Blacula Scream, and we are not above...
Stealing from a sequel?
Well, we might. Let's see how this goes first. Anyway, cool. So again, we can insert a scene in here if we want of Kolchak turning up at the scene at the warehouse. Mm-hmm. So that establishes early that he knows that he's been to this location.
Of course, then he knows it. Yes, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And again, being sent away with a flea in his ear by the police. Mm-hmm. What do we want to do next? Do we want to then go straight to the funeral home the next day? Because again, we can just drop him in whenever we want.
I think we have to. Kolchak is going to get more involved the more bodies start piling up. And at the moment, there's not that many bodies to pile up. So he's there, but he's just peripherally involved.
Ooh. Well, there's something I noticed in Blacula. It's one of the few sort of bits in there where they say that the white guy who was killed, Billy Schaefer...
Oh, I didn't prepare that one. He was white, I don't get many whites in here.
Mm-hmm. So do we want to then put a scene in there where Kolchak goes to that funeral home, which we don't get in Blacula?
Oh, you know what? There you go. We'll have a start. Go have a star. That is worth it.
I don't know what that was.
It was a noise. That's what it was. At the moment, the first act is going to be a bit light on scenes to involve Kolchak in, so the more we can find, the better, really.
Absolutely. Also, I don't know if you noticed, Elijah Cook Jr. is the morgue attendant in both films.
I noticed he was in both films. I didn't realise he was the morgue attendant in both. Well, that just makes perfect sense then, doesn't it? We know who we're casting for the morgue attendant no matter what.
Because I did think we could do a little thing in there with him kind of looking at him like, I'm sorry, do you have a twin brother who works in Vegas? And then just have him go, no, I've got a twin cousin.
Oh.
Just something silly like that.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not?
So while he's off doing that, we then get the other stuff, the other scenes with Dr. Thomas. We need to meet him. We meet
Tina and Nancy. Sure, it was Nancy.
Michelle, I think.
Oh, Michelle.
Dr. Thomas, he kind of gets suspicious.
Of course.
Working for the Scientific Investigation Division.
Yes, that is totally a department that completely legitimately exists in every police station.
Dr. Thomas's Scientific Investigation Division.
I'm so sorry, Doctor. I didn't realize you were a professional man.
I think what we need to do is, now we've done this, we need to have Thomas at the funeral home, becoming suspicious, and Tina being followed home by Blacula and losing her purse.
Yes.
Because I feel like that's kind of the first act in a tidy little bow, unless you want to add something in from Kolchak's point of view.
Not really. I mean, the only thing I think do we want to add in again one of the deaths of one of the girls from Kolchak that happens before this bit with Tina? We get a double event, as it were.
Right.
Because him killing Juanita is in response to her running into him. He's enraged. It's kind of like he's frenzied, basically.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
but we could have the death of the I was going to say call girl, not call girl, of the chorus line girl prior to that. That's his feed for the night.
Hang on a minute. Didn't he bite the taxi driver girl because she got in the way of him going after Tina?
Yes.
So that does happen in the first act.
That does happen in the first act, yes. We should keep that. But do we want to, prior to those events...
have another one, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, right. I don't see why not.
So that would be... the first one gets killed in Kolchak is Cheryl Hughes.
Yeah, well, we can use that.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We can make something of this as well, because again, I made some notes on it, clearly.
Cheryl Hughes was standing at the intersection of Casino Center and Fremont Streets waiting for a girlfriend to give her a lift home.
Cheryl Hughes, 23, a brown belt in karate.
Oh, right. Oh, yes, a little bit of, yeah, why not?
Yeah, almost like taken aback, because he was not expecting that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not expecting somebody to fight back. And then, so we can throw that in there. Do we still then want to keep, at this point, we haven't really seen Blacula, apart from at the beginning of the film, or are we happy now
no. We need to have seen him by this point.
We need him full up and front and centre.
We need to have seen him.
Yes, okay, that works. Which will take us through then, basically through to the end of Act 1, as you say. We get that. If we want to throw in, then Kolchak is then, he gets the call, he hears it over the police band, about that murder, and while that's going on, we then get the scene with the handbag.
A handbag?
Juanita with the cab. And that's the end of our first act.
Yeah, absolutely.
Happy with that?
Seems good to me.
Okay. Act 2. Are we going to just leap straight into the club?
We want to keep this brisk. I take it we're not trying to extend the runtime very much at all.
I don't think so. No. I mean, obviously we've got...
So we want to keep it moving briskly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of scenes during the day where they visit Juanita Jones's body in the morgue, and that's where there's a scene in Peters' office leading to Dr. Thomas wanting to have the bodies exhumed for an autopsy. So we can keep all of that stuff in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just at some point, Kolchak's going to turn up.
Yeah.
I would say put him in the morgue when they go to see the body, and they have to kind of, again, send him out on his ear.
That makes perfect sense.
Because that means that allows us to at least have Thomas and Kolchak in the same place at the same time. It's probably Peters who tells him, oh no, Peters not there at that point. So that could be like their first meeting. We wanted to do it in Act 2, or was that too soon for you?
No, absolutely. Keep it moving briskly.
Yeah, Kolchak there talking to the guy, and then Peters comes in, and who are you? Oh yeah, Carl Kolchak, Independent News Service. A statement will be made to the press when we're good. Well, the usual kind of spiel.
You say that, but are you sure that's what you want to do? Could we have maybe a moment where they have a moment of like-mindedness, like he's asking questions, he's curious about the same things that Thomas is curious about, but then Kolchak goes a step too far with one of his questions and then annoys him. That's what makes him...
That works.
Because then we get more of an interaction, an interplay, don't we?
I like that because we know that Kolchak, he kind of goes for the sensational aspect of it very quickly.
Yeah, of course.
So as soon as he starts bandying about things like about vampires, even though that might be secretly what Dr. Thomas is thinking, being a rational scientist, he's probably not at the point where he's ready to admit that to himself. So Kolchak going on about it, that's rubbing Thomas up in a way that he's not ready to address yet.
Yeah, it's like Kolchak slapping him in the face with his own theory.
Yeah. And he's like, no, that's not right. Yeah, and then said, yeah, lovely. Well, good thought. When we do go to the club, because I know we haven't really touched on it, but I'm assuming if we haven't already, we can then bring in Gales working at the club.
Oh, right, yes, of course.
So we can, again, keep everything contained.
Yeah.
Because we now know that the girl was working there, Cheryl Hughes.
Yeah.
So that's going to be Kolchak's next port of call.
Absolutely. So,
and if we tie that in with the same scene with Mama Walde, and he turns up to return the handbag.
A handbag?
We can have all of our eggs in one basket at that moment, if we wish.
I think we should. Brisk pace.
Yes, fantastic. How do we think this is going to go?
Well, I mean, obviously we're going to get a slightly cross-cut scene. I mean, I imagine, it was never explicit in the film, but it was very black patronage.
Yes, I did look at it. It's in the little booklet for Blacula. It does say most of that stuff was filmed in the neighbourhood of Watts.
Watts.
Yeah. Again, I suppose this is a kind of a tonal thing here. I take it, do we want to do kind of like what Blacula does, and it just there isn't that much.
Are you talking about racial animosity?
That's exactly the term I was looking for.
Well, that's what I was wondering. That, because obviously it's a predominantly black club. And it doesn't explicitly say that whites aren't welcome, but someone like Kolchak coming in, asking questions and making a bit of an ass of himself, as it were, is going to draw some attention. So we can have some tensions rising there,
Yes. Fair enough. That's good. Especially with, and I never call his name, it's their friend who keeps turning up.
Yeah, I have no idea who he is. He's like, I felt like he's supposed to be the club owner.
Hey, what's happening? How's everybody?
I don't think I just assumed he was one of their friends, but we could make him the club owner if we want.
Yeah, I could be wrong. But he felt like that, He felt like that dude, the dude who's in charge of the room.
That could work quite well then, because we could have him basically, you're a reporter. You want to come and talk to me about my club. You're going to give us some exposure.
Yeah, we could have that totally. Yeah, that sort of thing. And then when Kolchak starts asking some really weird questions, that's when we get the... Yeah. What are you saying?
Say, man, that is one strange dude.
Let's just play this through because it sounds like it's an important scene to have. We know that Tina and her sister and Thomas are at the club there, and then Mama Walde comes in. Are we saying that Kolchak is already there, or should we have him arrive after?
I feel like we should have him arrive after Mama was at the table, so that the entire group notices him.
Okay.
Because then we can use that, because then Blacula knows about Kolchak.
Exactly.
And we can play into that later on in the story, and we don't have to find excuses for why he knows about him.
Absolutely fantastic.
Then it was photographs, and he has to rush off suddenly.
Please forgive me. I must depart now.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. Yes, that's right. Because Kolchak is fond of taking photos.
Well, this is the thing. He's not just a white dude wandering around asking questions. He's going to be taking photos. And, of course, that's going to play into it.
So we get club owner guy takes Kolchak off to one side and, keeps him busy while we get the rest of that exchange, and Mama Walde leaves going after the girl who's been taking the photos. But probably throwing an eye at Kolchak if he's been taking photos in the club as well. I mean, that one, no. That one we can handle really easily. As Mama Walde is leaving, usual thing, knocks the camera out of Kolchak's hands. And he gets stepped on, Count the Film's knackered.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, would that work?
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah. But so then he can then go after... I never found out her name.
I can't remember her name either.
What we can also have in here as well, and again we can throw this in as something that Kolchak's found out, when he comes up and he's trying to speak to Dr. Thomas at the table... By the way, did you know that Bobby McCoy's body is missing from the morgue?
Yeah. We could raise the stakes.
Yeah?
Yeah, we could raise the stakes. That would be good.
Because again, it's just rubbing Thomas up the wrong way a bit to keep them from actually being able to work together.
Yeah, so that works. That gives us our club scene.
We can let the dark room scene stuff run normally?
It kind of has to, doesn't it?
I think so. Because we get that, and we also get, because one of the cops, it's Barnes, isn't it, his name? He's supposed to bring some notes over to the club for Thomas, and then spots...
Oh, that's right.
And then she bites him.
Yeah.
And then we don't see him again until the third act.
Yeah.
He just kind of disappears for like the rest of the act.
No, we should totally include
so
that.
we can include that.
Yeah.
Because again, that's more stuff if you want for Kolchak to go, by the way, there's this cop missing or thing. I don't know if that might be going too far.
Kolchak maybe next day, maybe he'll find out later, but right now we don't need him to know that.
No, that's fine. That runs out for the rest of the night and then we're into the next day.
Which is...
Missing reports and bodies, can't get permission for the autopsy, grave robbing.
Grave robbing. Right, okay, so...
And in the background with that, so with the grave robbing bit, that's where Blacula turns up at Tina's apartment, they sleep together and he then reveals who he is.
Yes.
So we're getting rushing quite quickly through Act 2.
I'm just wondering, do we have a scene with Kolchak? I want to have a scene with Kolchak at the police station. I know it sounds stupid and petty, like why would he do it? But I almost want him to go into the police station and like, damn it, this guy broke my phone, broke my camera. What you going to do about it? What do you expect me to do, man? It's a camera.
See, if you want to...
I just want Kolchak in the station to overhear that people are missing from work and stuff like that.
I agree. I think that's really cool. I love all of that because I wanted to put that in there because the scene with Thomas and his missus about going grave robbing.
Yes.
And she's really reluctant to do it. So I thought, can we put Kolchak in her place? So it's the two of them that go and dig up Billy Schaefer.
You know, at this point, we really should be getting them to team up.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Take a star.
Yes.
This is the right moment to do it.
Yes. The other thing I was just thinking as well, I know he had his camera crushed, but we could allow it that he at least attempts to develop the film and notices that Mama Walde isn't on the film, which then means that if we wanted to include something from The Nightstalker, is getting the sketch artist in. Because he's seen him, he hasn't got a picture of him, but you can give him a description. Have you seen this man? But dude,
I think so.
No, that would work. Because by this point he will be suspecting, and that's the final proof.
Yeah, I feel like that's...
So I think that we should drop in. I think we're a little bit ahead of that. I think that should happen the next day after the graveyard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. And then we could even have Thomas's missus, Michelle, say, I'm not going. Why don't you ask that reporter guy? He seems to know what he's talking about.
He seems to give a damn.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Nice.
I'll take that.
So we go grave robbing.
And we go grave robbing.
How do you think this is going to go? Because I know initially a lot of the times Kolchak will be going, no, and will run.
He won't stand there and scream like she does. He ends up using the shovel to hammer the stake into the body, doesn't he?
He does. I mean, I don't know,
I'm just wondering if, he's thrown out the shovel, and so when it happens and the body bursts out, Kolchak's like, ah! And then he grabs the shovel and throws it down to the dude, or something like that. So he's active in the moment, but I don't think he's the dude who's going to sit there and actually be a...
No, he's not. Not yet.
No,
he's not. Let's throw it in there, because again, he does have generally has an initial flight response to things, so I think he runs.
Yeah, he's got good self-preservation.
Yeah, I think Kolchak runs. Scuffle, he notices Thomas isn't with him, and that's what then sends him back.
That's even better. Because that shows that's a good moment for Kolchak, where he's doing the right thing despite his nature.
And so he rushes back, and as you say, sweeps up, grabs the shovel and passes it to him as he's trying to wrestle the thing in.
Yeah.
Or maybe, if you want a bit of an action thing...
No. If we've got the two of them wrestling in the grave, then maybe Kolchak should hit him over the head with the shovel.
That's what I was going to say. Billy gets the better of Thomas, kind of forces him down, and his head is up, so he just picks up the shovel, twats him across the head, which knocks him back, which then allows Thomas to get up, grab the stake, and then... Yeah. Between the two of them, they send him to final death.
Indeed. If you understand, you understand.
Yes. And at that point, that seems like a good time to do a quick shout-out.
Well, let's do it then.
I will. Yes, I'm going to do a quick shout out this month. This is for a channel that I was recommended to by my friend Stephen Sinclair, who I'm working with on our new book portals. And this is a channel called I Read Books, who's run by a chap named Pete, who reads books. A lot of what he does, not surprisingly, is gothic horror, poetry and things like this as well. Brilliant channel, another great audio horror channel. As you can probably tell, I'm a bit of a fan. This one in particular, I'd like you to check out if you can, as in early November, Pete will be narrating one of my own stories. I'm not sure which one yet. There's one of two from my first collection of work, Book of Squalor, which will be appearing on his channel. Again, thank you, Pete, for doing this. Keep an eye on our community tab. I'll post links in there as and when it goes out. Thank you, Pete, for all your support as well. And keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Xadrum is more than just curious content on YouTube. We're also a small publishing house with books covering a range of genres from 1940s pulp adventure to children's novels and even a touch of the macabre for those who like their literature on the dark side. Our titles are available in both paperback and ebook formats. Ebooks are available on Amazon, but physical copies can only be bought exclusively through our website at xadrum.com. Jeff's got enough cash as it is, so why not help us little guys grow and thrive? Links can be found in our banner and in the description to all of our videos, and we look forward to helping you indulge your itch for escapism. So we have...
Surprisingly little left of the second act. No, we've got a bit more, haven't we?
There's a bit more, yeah, because we get stuff in Tina's apartment, which is a massive exposition dump.
Do we need that expedition dump, or can we kind of... We need to know that he's at least explained himself to her.
Well, I suppose we can, because I actually got that wrong. Grave Robbers is the bit when they're talking about it. Then we get all the stuff in Tina's apartment, and then actually going and digging up Billy Schaefer is after that scene.
Oh, right. Okay. All right.
Because the next things that happen, again, according to my timeline here, he then calls Peters to say shit's going down. They drive over to his house to pick him up.
Yes, right. Okay.
Because they then call the morgue and tell the morgue attendant to take out Juanita's body and thaw it out so that he can use that to prove to Peters that there's vampires in LA.
There are indeed vampires in the LA. I think that's great. We should truncate it a little bit. We don't want it to last as long as it did in the original film because we're...
What's that?
What's what? What's what?
Well, these are all individually wrapped. There's something else in there.
Is there?
Oh, you're kidding me. Halloween's not even over yet.
What have we got? Grinch squishies.
Halloween's not even here yet.
Grinch. Cool. Try some of those.
Yeah, but it's like just reminding us that Christmas is getting ever closer.
Well, I have to admit, the local store's got Halloween stuff out and the Christmas stuff out at the same time.
This is true. We're going to keep the momentum up and just keep Kolchak and Thomas working together from this point.
I feel like we should, because at this point, that point, they've done a thing. They've killed a vampire together. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a...
Because there's the kind of bond you're not going to forget anytime soon.
No. The bond you get when you kill someone. Yeah. No.
Moving on.
Then we need to get Peters involved. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have a trio for the ending, which is kind of cool.
Yes. By the way, did you notice that the morgue attendant in Blacula gets attacked by Juanita? And then we never see him again. He's not in the warehouse at the end.
Oh, yeah, good point. No, he just dead, isn't he?
Dead, or he's just disappeared.
Right. Okay, that's a really good point. Yeah, he just gone.
So we can have some banter then between Peters and Kolchak, because what's he doing here?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
They then go to the morgue, and that's where we get the attack with Juanita.
Yes.
Sam. That's the morgue attendant in Blacula was called Sam.
Oh, right, okay, cool.
That's kind of where I call the end of Act 1. Well, yeah. So the end of Act 2, because the next thing is they go to the warehouse.
I'd say let's call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're there.
Fantastic. Is there another day's worth of action, or is it all...
There is another day's worth of action, because they go to the warehouse and he's not there.
That's right.
But they do stab... Tina? She's in the casket?
No, that's
no,
later.
that's at the ending. Isn't it?
That's on the last night. That gives us our last
No,
day.
they go into the basement and there's all the vampires there and it gets set on fire. But Blacula's not there, remember?
No, that's a bit later. So I've got epidemic. So that was the talk about there could be a vampire epidemic. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then he talks about putting out an APB out on dead people.
On dead people, of course, yes.
Which all happens that day, which then would allow us to have the bit I was talking about with Kolchak getting the sketch artist in.
Yes.
And so we can have some stuff then with Vincenzo as well.
Of course, yes. That would be good.
You want me to run this on our paper, especially as their paper's going out in a predominantly black neighbourhood? You want me to, are you crazy, Carl? I love Vincenzo. He actually reminds me of my friend Megs, Miguel.
Oh, right.
He looks a bit like Vincenzo. He's the rhythm guitarist for Phantom Cowboys.
Right, okay, cool.
Sorry, guys. Yes. And then we go to the new night, which is Nancy.
I said Nancy, way back at the beginning.
Nancy's the girl with the photographs.
Nancy's the girl with the photos, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Where's Nancy? And that's when they go to her house, discover the negatives and all that kind of thing, which leads into this first night chase, leading up to what you were saying there about when they go to the warehouse, he's not there.
Yeah.
You get the cops. Yeah, I'm not going to say what they actually say in the film.
Hey, Danny, take a look at that. Isn't that the one?
How can you tell? They all look alike.
Oh, right, yes.
And that's when we get the bit in the warehouse. Barnes returns, warehouse trap, vampire horde. Which again, we're going to have Kolchak there with that as well, which for him is going to be like a field day, because he's going to be photographing all of that shit.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we're going to have to contrive a way for him to lose all of that by the end of the film.
But there are a number of physical tussles in that entire interaction when the vampire gets a hold of someone and shakes them about a bit and stuff. So we can easily contrive him to lose that camera.
Definitely.
We kind of make the thing about it, the movie is that that's what happens. Every time he gets proof, he loses the camera.
Exactly. So we've still got it in there. Some of these scenes, or certainly any of the scenes that involve Kolchak, we can just introduce them with his voiceover. So we're still getting that element of...
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's one of the things that's...
I think, yeah, from somewhere...
Do you hear screaming children? We are back in the real world, aren't we?
No.
We'll just get back to the film, okay?
Let's do that. Let's do that quickly.
Okay, yes. So just because it's such it's what makes Kolchak feel like Kolchak is those voiceovers.
Absolutely, I agree. And I was going to say, I think from some point in the second act, we should start reintroducing the voiceover. Like, the more involved in the case he gets, the more the voiceover should be there.
Yeah. So we get the vampire horde, and then we get which culminates in the lamp attack, as I put it.
Oh yes, yeah, that's the one. Yes, flamey screaming vampires MC.
All action is what I put here as well, culminating in them face to face with Blacula. At which point he turns into a bat and flies away.
That's right. There we go. I couldn't remember how that ended.
Which is going to be brilliant. You're going to be having Kolchak there trying to snap the transformation.
Oh, absolutely.
Tina as bait. I'm trying to remember where it is. I remember that they said they were going to do that, but I can't remember the actual circumstances of the scene. Sorry.
They're talking about using Tina as bait to draw out Blacula.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it ever happens because Tina goes missing, doesn't she?
That's right. And then they get the word over the radio, isn't it, that they've been spotted going into the underground chemical plant.
Yeah. Oh gosh, we're flying towards our ending.
Yeah, it's really quick at this point. I
Yeah.
was surprised that we couldn't slow it down however we wanted to. I mean, that's the
I don't think we should slow it down, to be honest.
No, I agree.
It's got a neat momentum of its own, and if we slow it down, it would be just to slow down. It would just annoy the audience.
Yeah.
It would such a clipped pace film, and then to get all the way to the
third
climax,
act,
and then it just goes, here, we're going to deviate for 5 minutes while we do something else.
Yeah, no, we can't really. Is there anything really that we can change about these events? Nothing. I don't know if anything will. I don't think even Kolchak's on board with everything that's happening, so there's no conflict here. There's no drama. There is drama.
No,
but there's no drama between the characters.
The drama's going to come after.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
So we think that everything runs through fine. It's the aftermath.
I think the aftermath is going to affect all three of them.
So we allow everything to run through the same. We may want to throw in a moment where we have another face-to-face between Kolchak and Blacula, because he's caused a problem, especially if he's seen the picture in the paper.
Yeah.
He's going to want revenge on him. But that gets broken up somehow. I mean, I
could see that. Everybody else is black in this part of the story. Mm-hmm. And Kolchak is the one white. So you little pale man.
Yes.
You little foolish ghost.
Yeah.
And he could almost be reaching out for him.
I'd have got away for it if it wasn't for those pesky kids.
Yeah. What's going to stop him from dispatching Kolchak?
I think at that point, he's going to have a big old cross on him, probably.
Oh, of course, yeah, the obvious.
Yeah.
Big silver cross, of course, yes.
But he can be quite clumsy as well. So
he loses the cross in
the
Nightstalker, doesn't he?
So we can have him do that, kind of still retreating, trips over some pipe work or something.
Yeah.
And falls over, but Blacula goes for him, because the other thing I was going to suggest, which we could then incorporate into this, there's cops running around everywhere as well, isn't there?
Yeah, well, I was thinking that Kolchak is separated from the others in some fashion.
Yeah.
So they're in the process of discovering the coffin whilst Kolchak is being menaced by Blacula. So we could have these two things. So when they go, and the thing happens, the blind plunging into the stake into the coffin.
Yes.
It's Tina. That is what stops Blacula.
Yes. Take it. Yes.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, take it. Sorry, I was listening, but I was also trying to think, is there something that we could have Kolchak say to him? Something kind of quite profound?
Oh.
In between this in that kind of exchange, so that it isn't just him standing there looking shaken. There's a bit of a mental conflict there, if you like. Something about... doesn't have to be particularly profound. It doesn't have to be the best philosophy, but something that maybe he's realised that Blacula has overlooked about what he's trying to do. Because again, by this point, they'll know that Tina's gone missing. Is he going to turn her into a vampire? That's it. You want Tina to be with you forever, but look at what you've lost by becoming what you are. What do you think it's going to take from her?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That is good. Go.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, I mean, I like the idea, but I had no clever idea as to what that could be. But that's a good one. Yeah. Look what you've become.
Yeah.
Look what you're turning her into. Yeah, I kind of like that.
Which is kind of nice, because we can then have Blacula throw that straight back at him. I have no choice now because of men like you. Because it was the cop who shot her.
Yeah.
It was a white cop who shot her.
Oh, of course, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice, yeah, no. Yeah, I like it.
I think for that one, we should add something in, because he's not created like a revenant like the other vampires. She will be like him, cursed like him.
Yeah.
So maybe when she gets stake, he feels it.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit like what happens...
Bram Stoker's Dracula when his brides get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he knows immediately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And then we have an aftermath. Because, I mean, obviously, I'm assuming we're going to give Blacula his noble sacrifice.
We'll give him his noble sacrifice, and maybe one final word to Kolchak on his way towards the stairs. I guess now we'll never know what she would have lost.
Yes. Yeah, nice. Yeah, just to give it a proper little ending. So we do that, and then we're going to cut to our aftermath, and everybody's going to get dicked on really hard.
Because we can't have this.
No, we can't have this. Because you've now got a supernatural crime fighting trio.
Yes.
There. It's not just Kolchak with evidence. No. Two cops. No, they're going to get big rubber dildo in the face over and over and over and over.
Well, it is LA.
Exactly.
So that means then if we want to, because we haven't actually cast any of these people, we can just poach the actors who play like the chief of police, the mayor, or whatever, from Kolchak and put them in these roles in LA.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we still get the same actors, we still get the same performance.
Exactly.
Do we then have Kolchak threatened essentially in the same way? I know it's harder to pull off, but they can say, well, they're cops doing their duty. If they have to use lethal force, they can. You're a civilian.
Yeah.
What were you doing there? And so they do the same thing, hold the murder rap over him.
Yeah.
Over his head. Sling your hook, mate, get out of town. And then and then the other two will be...
quietly moved to the traffic division.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yes, absolutely. And that is our movie. We can then just round it up with, again, Kolchak doing his final voiceover as he's driving out of town.
I don't think I'll ever find Gail Foster again.
And on to Past is New, and that's a wrap.
That is our movie. There you have it, folks. I knew it was going to go quite quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if it was going to go that quickly,
but we're going to do our usual thing. We're going to take a couple of minutes, gather our thoughts, decide which way we want to vote, and we will be straight back.
Howdy do.
How did we do? How diddly do? Oof, it's a very low one this time. I've got 4.
I've got 3. So I guess I'm going first. I'm not sure about this one. Folks, I'm not sure about this one. I'd liked some stuff about it. I think creating a trio worked well, but is it a movie I would pay to see? You know, because I'm feeling generous and because it is the spooky season, I'm going to say, yeah, I probably would. I'd watch an awful lot of movies at the cinema. So I think I will say, yes, this is a maybe movie.
Okay. Whew. You're right. It's a puzzler, isn't it? We've kind of fallen a bit into that trap, which we try, quite hard to avoid, which is trying to railroad things too much. And just, unfortunately, we've ended up, say, 85-90% in the plot of Blacula. And there's not much deviation from that we've sort of introduced.
No, personally, I don't think there was a lot of opportunity, because I feel like Blacula and Kolchak, for all of their differences, have got very similar minded plots. And for that reason, they kind of zippered together really quite neatly.
True.
It was very hard not to just run every scene on a rail.
Sorry, this is partially probably just me so used to finding the hardest way to do anything that I distrust it when it goes really easily.
Well, no, this is why I was uncertain myself. It felt a little too easy, but ultimately I think I would watch it.
So that was my biggest concern. I wonder if we'd have had a more interesting film and certainly maybe a bit more fun. It would have certainly been a longer film if we'd thrown Janos Korsny in there as well.
Oh, I have 2 vampires.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting, like a rivalry. Yeah, that would have been interesting.
So I wonder if that's what we should have done.
Unfortunately, it's not what we did do, though, is it?
No, it's not. So I can only really judge it on what we have done, not on what we could have done. I don't know. I honestly don't know. If you'd have asked me before this, I'd have said, oh yeah, no, absolutely, because, these great characters working together. And again, allowing for the fact, as always, this is our brainstorming session. There would be a second, third, fourth draft.
Oh, absolutely. This is all first draft stuff.
Based on what we've done here today, my natural instinct is to say no. But, taking into account that there would be rewrites to polish it, I'm still going to say no.
That's fair enough. I cannot blame you at all. It was a very close call for me too.
Which is a shame. Yeah.
We're not in agreement for once.
It is a shame because, as I said, I love both these films. I love both of these characters. I think typically come up with the answer after the fact.
I was going to say that idea, if we'd had Janos as a kind of replacement for Count Dracula and have that white versus black conflict with the vampires as well as all of the stuff going on with the mortal characters, I think that might have been a much more interesting film. But unfortunately, that's not the script we wrote.
No, it's not. That's a shame because just now that we're talking about it, I can see there's so much you could have done with that, with Blacula trying to throw the scent off of himself with what he's doing onto Skorseny, with what he... God damn it!
What can I say, folks? It happens sometimes. Our brains aren't always as quick as we'd like them to be.
Yeah, that's happening a lot these days.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Sorry, what?
Huh?
Anyway, there are our results. We are 1 apiece, and now, as always, it's over to you lovely people at home. Have a look over what we've done here today. Check out our community tab, our pinned post on X, our story on the Instagram feed as well. Cast your votes on there. These will be running certainly till the end of the month. I'll put when the cut-off points is on the polls themselves. And at whatever we conjure next month, we will announce whether or not we have a Halloween winner. And that's it from us for this month. We wish you all a wonderful Halloween and look after yourselves, look after one another, and stay spooky.
Oh, absolutely. As spooky as hell. As always, guys, TTFN.
Kolchak.
You're one hell of a reporter.
Ba 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 ba.